From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, Hannah Mordeau here, and this is your News 8 Daily for Friday, July 10th. Finally Friday. It's been a long week. Weather's been fantastic up until now. We do have chances for partly sunny and scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. It's not going to be a deluge of nonstop rain, but definitely there will be some chances for that rain and scattered storms to happen. So just be ready and be aware for it. It's going to taper off as we get into the weekend, but you're still going to have those chances for storms on Saturday, and things get better by Sunday.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app, bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecasts, radar, and Indiana sports, all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
We start this morning overseas. Two sources say Israel shared intelligence with the U.S. that Iran was working on a plan to assassinate President Trump. The details of the plot were not immediately clear. It comes after Iran has vowed for years to retaliate against Trump for ordering the assassination of a top Iranian commander in his first term. When asked for comment, the White House pointed to President Trump's comments on Wednesday, where he spoke about Iran's desire to kill him. New on Daybreak, the Hamilton County Health Department is warning you to protect yourself from mosquitoes after one tested positive for the West Nile virus in Carmel. Officials say they found the sample in Founders Park. They say you should use insect repellent, wear long sleeves and pants, and eliminate standing water around your home. You should also avoid outdoor activities at dusk or dawn. The CDC says symptoms of the virus include fever, head and body aches, rash, and vomiting. A severe illness can lead to hospitalization or even death. The State Department of Health now says since May, there have been 99 cases of a parasitic infection in Indiana that causes a bad stomach bug. The infection is caused by the parasite Cyclospora. Health officials say it's spread when people eat food or drink water that's contaminated with fecal matter. It infects the small intestine and can cause explosive diarrhea. Doctors say if you do not get treated, the stomach bug could last for a few days to more than a month. Here in Marion County, the health department says it's already seen 15 cases this year, which is more than the usual 3 or 4 confirmed cases a year. To prevent getting sick, health officials say you should follow proper safety measures for preparing or storing food, like thoroughly washing fresh produce before eating it, and you should see your doctor if you get sick. The state and local governments are set to lose out on a combined $533 million due to Governor Braun's gas tax holiday. That means that that's how much people driving saved. That's according to our partners and at the Indiana Capitol Chronicle. Braun paused the 7% sales tax on gas starting in April to help lower high fuel costs. He waived the 36 cents per gallon gas excise tax in May. That means drivers ended up saving about 61 cents on every gallon of gas this month. The tax break ends on August 6th. Any further extension of the gas tax suspension will require legislation. Your statewide news network covers Fort Wayne, where authorities say a man cut off his penis, set it on fire, and then used it to set his mother's garage on fire. Court documents show Christopher Peden told police he covered the severed body part with gasoline and set it on fire in the garage. Investigators say Peden claimed he'd been stabbed downtown, but later admitted his injuries were self-inflicted. Peden now faces arson charges and is set to be in court on Monday. An Indiana congressman says he wants the WNBA to explain how the league plans to protect players on the court like Caitlin Clark. Congressman Marlon Stutzman is one of 3 Indiana members of Congress who signed a letter demanding answers from the league. This scrutiny comes after Phoenix Mercury player appeared to punch into Clark's throat during a game. Stutzman has played and coached basketball. He says normal gameplay does not explain the number of flagrant fouls against Clark.
My hope is the WNBA commissioner got the message. It's making a lot of news, and that's what we wanted. We wanted to let them know, just like in the case of steroids in baseball or other negotiations that happen from time to time in professional sports. It is a business, and it's big business. And so we want to be sure that, not only do our constituents have the opportunity to enjoy competitive basketball, but if Caitlin Clark is injured on the court because of a targeting play like we saw a couple of weeks ago, or she decides that she's going to go to Europe, that would be so disappointing for our constituents, and it would be detrimental to the WNBA. I don't know that they could survive it.
Stutzman says he does not expect any formal hearings or investigations right now. The Indiana Fever say they were never contacted about the letter, but the team says we've been clear in our public comments and in our ongoing dialogue with the league about the priority of player safety. Our players and fans know where we stand on those issues, and we'll continue to stick up for our team and a standard of excellence across the league. Now, the Fever bounced back last night on the road, taking down the Phoenix Mercury 92-89. Caitlin Clark did not play. This was the first game against Phoenix since the no foul call with Alyssa Thomas that has since sparked all of those headlines that we just told you about. Kelsey Mitchell hit a layup with just over 10 seconds left on the clock to finish with 29 points. 2 free throws from Sophie Cunningham helped secure the win. Fever's next game is tonight on the road in Las Vegas against the Aces. Today, the Pacers are also in Las Vegas. Tip-off for Summer League play happens there against Cleveland, the Cavaliers. This will be Braden Smith's pro debut for the Pacers. We asked him about his goals for the game.
I think just go out and win, to be honest. I think for me, like, my game will speak for itself, and I'll have opportunities to show that I can guard, have opportunities to show that I can lead, have opportunities to show that I can not turn the ball over. Like there's all opportunities for that. And obviously, like, you've seen games where I've had 0 turnovers, and then you've seen games where I've had 8. So, like, it happens. It's basketball. And obviously, like, my goal isn't to go out there and be like, all right, well, I got to be perfect every game, because it's not going to happen, and it's not realistic. So for me, I think it's just going out there, playing loose, being myself, and trying to help these guys win.
The game is set to start at 4:30 this afternoon. Victory Field is turning 30 this weekend. The Indianapolis Indians plan to celebrate the ballpark's 30th anniversary today and on Saturday during their homestand against Toledo. Celebration will include pregame tributes, a proclamation from the mayor, and the team's largest post-game fireworks show of the season. Victory Field has become one of Indy's most recognizable landmarks and is a major part of the city's downtown growth. Indians chairman Bruce Schumacher says that the ballpark's real legacy are the memories made there. New documents are shedding light into what the governor's special advisor on child welfare has been up to. Indiana's I-Team has received a lot of questions from you about his role, which pays $200,000 a year. Our Kara Kenny is digging into those records and explains why a lawmaker is calling for action.
Records we obtained from the governor's office reveal Krupp has been submitting weekly reports dating back to April 27th. They show Krupp has met with lawmakers, DCS leadership, a consulting firm, a technology vendor, and others. They also show Krupp spent time reviewing the DCS website, doing research on child welfare legislation and practices, and conducting a state-by-state review of child welfare systems. The reports also reveal he's planning a trip to South Bend to visit Notre Dame's research facility. These records are crucial because the special advisor role has no job description. We asked the governor about that back in April.
How do you hold him accountable if there's no job description for that position?
It's easy to hold you accountable. You know, he left it because he had a personal issue. And if you've got somebody that did a good job and then had an issue personally with it, I'm going to be one that gives you a second chance.
Krupp has not responded to requests from Indiana's I-Team to talk about his special advisor role and his reports. We shared them with State Senator Fadi Kadora.
It is not the best use of taxpayer dollars. Those are administrative, clerical type of functions that could have been absorbed easily under any regular management position or even a lower entry-level staff member within the agency. That type of work does not warrant $200,000 annual salary.
The senator currently works as a chief financial officer for a statewide nonprofit organization and says the state creating a special advisor position is just adding more bureaucracy.
That flies against everything the governor has said. And to me, at a time when the state is reducing benefits and programs for the most vulnerable, this does not make any sense to me. And after reviewing the job or the tasks that were performed, I am more convinced that this is not appropriate.
He's calling on the governor's office to act
by either formalizing a role for the former director with a clear job description by which the employee will be held accountable for their performance, or terminating employment and saving the taxpayers $200,000.
A report from last month shows Krupp is looking into the use of AI in the child welfare system, including cost-saving opportunities. Indiana's I-Team has filed a formal records request to obtain any reports or findings put together by the special advisor. We'll share it when we get it. We've put all 9 pages on our website. Just scan the QR code, go to the Indiana's I-Team section, look for the story, and you can review all of the documents for yourself. I'm Kara Kenny with Indiana's I-Team.
A local nonprofit is highlighting the troubling infant mortality rate in Marion County. Cradle Indy has a mission of ensuring every baby sees its first birthday. Its annual maternal and infant health report came out yesterday and shows that Marion County's infant mortality rate is 50% higher than the national average. Cradle Indy says the problem is not a lack of effort from the community, but that the effort is not coordinated.
We are trying to bring together people to tackle this issue together, because lots of organizations are doing something, but no one's really working together. We're only one of 10 states that doesn't provide coverage for doula care, and that should be a standard, and we should listen to mothers when they say things.
Cradle Indy also says the state of Indiana has the 3rd worst infant mortality rate in the entire country. Across the U.S., more than 35% of counties are now considered maternal care deserts. That lack of access affects more than 2.3 million women of reproductive age. News 8's Gina Galero shows us the new ultrasound system powered by AI that could help future moms.
So this is the mouth.
It's a moment many expectant parents count on.
The ultrasound is one of the most important diagnostic things that we do in pregnancy. I like to say it's like a stethoscope to an obstetrician.
But that simple check can mean hours on the road, because more than 1/3 of U.S. counties highlighted here in pink are maternity care deserts.
There are many, many places in the U.S. that don't have access to OBGYN care.
Missing basic checkups are linked to worse outcomes, including higher rates of preterm birth. So researchers at UNC School of Medicine are working on a new way to bring ultrasound to community clinics, rural health centers, and even small doctors' offices.
We have an AI model that interprets the sweeps and makes a diagnosis.
Here's how it works. A provider uses a small battery-powered probe connected to a tablet.
And I do a 10-second sweep like this.
And then an AI model helps interpret the images. The system can provide 5 critical pieces of information: how far along the pregnancy is, whether there are twins, the baby's estimated weight, amniotic fluid levels, and whether the baby is head down or breech.
For these 5 diagnoses, it's just as accurate as a professional.
The goal isn't to replace specialists, but to get basic, high-value information to patients sooner and catch problems earlier. Gina Galero, Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Wish TV is your education station, and with back to school around the corner, the Marion County Public Health Department wants to make sure students and their families have what they need. The department's holding its 26th annual Community Resource Day tomorrow. The event is free, and the goal is to help families by offering a range of services in one convenient location. One of the organizers stopped by daybreak yesterday to talk about what you can expect if you go.
Have everything for kids as they get ready to go back to school, including school supplies.
Yeah, so you brought a backpack. This is an example of it, but
Yes.
I love what you guys said. This isn't your typical backpack drive,
Yes.
because there's so many things that kids and families can get when they go. Can you run through some of the resources?
Yes, we will have sports physicals, birth certificates, dental vision screenings, everything to make sure, immunizations, to make sure every kid that is in attendance is healthy as they get ready to go back to school.
Gates are open at 8:30 to noon, and you do not need to register. There will also be diapers, car seats, formula, haircuts, dental care, and of course those backpacks. The Indianapolis Fire Department will also be there with a fire truck along with food and games. For more information about the Community Resource Day, just go to wishtv.com in the As Seen On section. And we do want to let you know Wish TV is a proud community partner of this event. The Indiana Black Expo Summer Celebration is kicking off in style with a special service at Grace Apostolic Church of Indianapolis. The film festival begins tomorrow at 11 in the morning, featuring screenings of independent films produced and written by... The film festival begins tomorrow at 11 in the morning. It features screenings of independent films produced and written by Black filmmakers. Then there's going to be a breakfast with the mayor, Joe Hogsett, on Monday. On Friday next week, there's going to be a music heritage festival at 6 in the evening featuring Kim, King George, October London, and Midnight Star. For a look at all of the events, you can go to wishtv.com. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Make sure to watch us on Wish TV and wishtv.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.